Hi everyone, Senator Jason Rarick here at the Capitol, and I've had a long, busy summer doing electrical work. I have an opportunity here to get into my office and catch up on some things. And I've been doing some reading of some local articles as well as statewide articles around education. And having been the lead on the education committee, there were a lot of things that we were talking about and kind of trying to raise warning signs of the plans that the Democrats have done over these last 2 years. And I'm sure many of you have heard about the touting of the record new funding for our schools, which, yes, that was $2.2 billion in new funding in 2023. But we tried to raise everybody's awareness of the idea that there were 65 new mandates that came in 2023 along with that funding, and over 20 other new mandates in 2024. And what we're seeing as a result is not an increase in our student scores. And I will say another thing, when I look at the results of the testing, the schools in my district do pretty good, especially compared to the statewide average. And yet they don't receive the top amount per student in funding. So one, I think that absolutely shows that dollars themselves do not make the overall difference. The other side of it that we have to talk about is these disparities that are out there and how difficult it is for so many of our schools to understand what's available. An article in one of my local papers in Pine City addressed this, that a Pine City teacher probably spent hours and hours researching different revenue streams that they could reach out to and make that presentation to the school board. Why is it so difficult for our schools to understand what funding is available? This has to be simplified. Our small schools just do not have the number of people available to be looking into that. This needs to be put together, aggregated for our schools to be able to go to some place to see what it is. But ultimately, this fund, they shouldn't have to be going to all these other sources for funding. If we as a state make our funding, the state funding, more available just per pupil out to the schools so that they don't have to do all the administrative work to all the reporting back. These are the things that I want to work on as we go into this next legislative session, simplifying the process, equitable funding for our schools, and let's get back to our contact, and our money is going to our students. That is what will raise our test scores. So hopefully many people agree with this, and we can build some support and simplify this education funding issue that we have in Minnesota.